would actually happen to Bitcoin if Binance went down? And what did Binance's newest audit actually reveal about their holdings? And what coins are Digital Currency Group possibly dumping right now to prevent a bankruptcy call from Genesis? That's what we're talking about today in this video. If you guys appreciate these updates, please hit the like button. And if you want to get updates every single day, hit subscribe, because that's how frequently we are posting videos. If you want to know what we're doing with our cryptocurrencies and why we're being ultra conservative and not taking any unnecessary risk, if you want to know what we're doing, go ahead and check out the CT Club. A link for it is down below in the video description. So Binance, a few days ago, very recently, they released an audit from a company called Mazars, and they had found that the user funds on Binance are collateralized like 97% purely. And if you add on the Bitcoin that Binance has lent out to users or to people, they're actually collateralized 101%, because technically that Bitcoin that they've loaned out is still their property, right? And now, after this interview that CZ, the CEO of Binance, had on CNBC, Squawk Box, they were basically torn apart by the mainstream media, because that's what the mainstream media does best. Is when it's a bear market, they tear apart crypto, they declare Bitcoin dead. When it's a bull market, they are telling you which crap coin to buy. They are not your financial advisors, nor should they ever be. So regardless, okay, I have to get this off my chest really fast, guys, is that some people are not happy that I'm being so critical of CZ Binance, but here's the thing. He signed up for this. He's the one putting it out there himself that he wants to be the face of regulatory obedience. He decided to create a centralized custodial platform. This is the game that he's choosing to play. And so he has to play by the rules now, and they're demanding regulation and, of course, audits. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know I have zero faith in regulation, but this is the game that CZ's playing. So that's where the criticism is coming from, okay? Now that that's out of the way. So anyway, after that interview that he had on CNBC, this same company that provided this audit, Mazars, they totally started distancing themselves from crypto, from this audit that they gave to Binance altogether. I think they found out, they're like, oh, maybe we're a little bit in over our heads. Maybe we're not actually so confident in our ability to audit. So keep an eye out for that company. If they decide to spring back into crypto, I'd be a little skeptical about that. But now, CryptoQuant has offered another audit, or for Binance. Binance had another audit from CryptoQuant, and I'm just going to go ahead and read it for you guys, because, I don't think many people have actually read the actual report. So here we go. They say, key messages. In order to assess the data on Binance's Proof of Reserves report, we compared Binance liabilities expressed in the report to CryptoQuant's on-chain metric, Binance BTC reserve data, our estimate of Binance customers' deposits. We found that the liabilities reported by Binance are very close to our own estimation, about 99% close. Furthermore, on-chain data suggests Binance's ETH and stablecoin reserves are not showing FTX-like behavior at this point. And again, that's proven, like I've said many times, is that Binance has passed this stress test of mass exodus off of that exchange. They are proving that they actually are not doing too many, if any, crazy things with user funds. People are able to withdraw like billions. I think it was like $5 billion of withdrawals they were able to. 6 billion. Thank you, Toby. They were able to process 6 billion withdrawals. And that's great, because that's what an exchange should be doing, right? It should be facilitating trades. It shouldn't be trying to position itself as a custody solution. That's another bone I have to pick with CZ. But anyway, here they also say in the report, additionally, Binance has an acceptable clean reserve, which means its own token, BNB, is still a low portion of its total assets. So they're not claiming their own token as like what they're backing their user funds with, which is what FTX was doing with their FTT token, just printing out and making it rain on all the investments that they wanted to make. They say at the end, our analysis should not be interpreted as a favorable opinion of Binance as a company, the ecosystem of the BSC, BNB networks, or the BNB token. It is merely a sign that the amount of Bitcoin Binance Exchange says it holds as liabilities at the moment the proof of reserves report was conducted makes sense according to on-chain data. Again, and this has been proven, you don't need to talk about it. Actions speak louder than words. It's been proven that people have been able to withdraw their funds. So now that FTX is done and over with, and now all the FUD and all the pressure is on Binance, and KuCoin is even taking some heat too. A lot of people think because centralized exchanges are falling like flies that crypto is dead too. And let's take a look at this. What would actually happen to Bitcoin if the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, goes down, which hopefully won't happen, but you never know. Keep your coins off of custody platforms as best you can, just in case, because why wouldn't you? It's written all over the walls that that's the best practice to have. Here, Corey from swan.com says there's only 8 billion worth of BTC on Binance, 2% of Bitcoin supply, and less than 1/3 of the daily volume. I mean, those numbers are slightly bigger than I would like. 1/3 of the trading volume is quite a chunk, but remember, there are literally hundreds of other exchanges that people can use to trade Bitcoin as well, both centralized and decentralized, albeit because Bitcoin is not a smart contract-based platform, decentralized exchanges are much more limited for trading Bitcoin than, let's say, in the Ethereum ecosystem. But there's lots of other centralized exchanges as well that would be happy to service all the people that otherwise are on Binance. Okay, so now let's talk about Digital Currency Group. This one has been so hard to get any kind of information on because they're just not telling anyone, not even their clients, what's happening. So what we can look at is there's some coins that are related to Digital Currency Group that have been dumping. This is also quite typical in any bear market. Altcoins crash like crazy, but coins like Filecoin, Zen, Ethereum Classic, and Near, and because of those coins have ties to Digital Currency Group, a lot of people think, oh, is that them dumping their positions so that they don't have to, or raising capital as best they can, so then they can match that $1.1 billion call for their loan from Genesis if it comes down to that. Nothing official has been reported. This is sadly as much speculation as I can offer for you guys in that regard. But anyway, also moving on today, we have, for like the millionth time, the SEC has denied Grayscale's ETF application, which, if you can't remember, back in July, Grayscale had another ETF application that was also, again, rejected by the SEC, but that one was the straw that broke the camel's back. That one caused Grayscale to open out a lawsuit against the SEC because the SEC is claiming that an ETF, a spot ETF, which means you need actual Bitcoin to support these contracts, is too much of a risk of fraud and manipulation. Yet they did pass a futures ETF, which allows for far greater speculation, manipulation of the price, and it's still based on the same spot pricing. So I would love to see how the SEC tries to justify that decision. Maybe Gary Gensler is already going to be tied up in the court case with SBF and the debacle of FTX and his very, very possible ties and previous knowing of the fraud happening at FTX. In even more news, guys, decentralized exchanges are still being tested and coming out all the better for it if their development team is good enough to repair the damages. Radium, the decentralized exchange on Solana, was recently hacked for $12 million. So that, again, is evidence that smart contracts are not guaranteed. They have a lot of risks. And if you are participating in anything having to do with DeFi, locking coins up in a smart contract, although it is non-custodial, there is a risk of a hack. And there are insurance companies and insurance protocols for crypto that are built specifically for the situation. If you guys are interested in learning more about insurance on DeFi, let me know in the comments. I've been planning to do a series on DeFi insurance for a while, but this FTX news is just like, I feel a lot of people need to understand the difference between FTX and blockchain. So anyway, let me know in the comments if you want to know more about insurance. Otherwise, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.